Psalm 37:30 says, "The mouths of the righteous utter wisdom, their tongues speak of justice." The other day, I was in downtown Fort Worth, and I was approaching a building to enter, and I saw this lady speaking to this police officer, and she was clearly upset. She was angry. You could tell that she was highly agitated, and as I was approaching, I could tell she was giving this police officer the business. And as I was getting closer to the conversation, I noticed her facial expressions, and I was watching the police officer who stood there calmly and stood there very peacefully. And as I got closer and I was able to hear the conversation, she was challenging the police officer and reminding him of an oath that he swore to serve and protect. And she was telling him that he was violating his own oath of office by not going into one of the buildings in downtown and arresting one of the city officials whom she believed with all of her heart had violated the law and deserved to be in jail. As I've gotten away from that conversation, it's made me think a little bit. And as I watch social media, as I watch things on the news, and you see this sort of spirit of people, black and white, law enforcement, civilian, just all over the spectrum, where people are angry. People are upset. They are frustrated. They have these pinned up anxieties about them. And we are seeing many of these frustrations manifest themselves out into these kinds of experiences and really all around the world. Well, you know as well as I do that we are entering into a political season, and it shows no stopping and signs of slowing down in any which way. So my challenge to us today is this simple reminder as we seek to speak with wisdom and pursue wisdom in the person of Jesus. I want to remind us of just a couple of things that bear witness to our testimony in following the Lord as we interact with our culture and our city and our neighbors. Romans 12:10 tells us we are to love one another. We are to love each other in our spirits and with our emotions and with all of our being. Romans 15:14 says that we are to admonish one another, to give warning at time, but it's not a harsh rebuke every time. Sometimes it's gentleness and it's kindness as we bring the warning. Paul tells us elsewhere in 1 Corinthians 12:25, he says, listen, you are to care for one another. You are to care for your neighbor. You are to care for your church. And we are to love each other in a way that reflects the gospel that we believe. Galatians 5:13 says we are to serve one another. We are to consider the well-being of others before the well-being of ourselves. And then Ephesians 4:2, which is maybe perhaps the most pertinent in today's culture, he says that we are to be patient with one another. My challenge to you today is as you speak wisdom and as you live wisdom and as you pursue wisdom in the person of Jesus, to be patient in your service and in your care and in your admonishment and in your love for one another. God bless you.